Well, hello there. My name is Emmy and I like to cook very simple meals. Granted, if you follow this channel, you would have seen me cook up some more elaborate things in my kitchen, but my rule of thumb is to keep things as simple as possible, which is why I'm going to be sharing with you today 5 of my very tried, true and tested camping friendly one pot meals. So you only need one pot or one frying pan to make these meals. You could cook them camping, you could cook them at home in your kitchen, you could cook them at an Airbnb if you're traveling. Most of them don't have any elaborate spices. I've been using salt and pepper mostly, and most of these things I filmed when I was away camping with my husband the other week, and all I had access to was a gas stove and one fry pan and one pot. So without further ado, let's look at what I cooked and how you can make the same things very, very easily. Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. You can see that we are in a very different kitchen today. We are in my caravan and my husband and I and our cat, and I will include some footage here on the screen. We've been away camping for the better part of a week. We've had a great time. My cat Lumi, that you would have seen in previous videos, is really good in the harness. So we've been caravanning around Victoria, where we live near Melbourne, Australia, and having a lovely time. But I had a request a little while ago from someone who watches the channel, hello, who lives in a van or a vehicle, and you asked about one pot meals. And I thought, what an excellent opportunity to show you some of the stuff that I cook up when I'm camping, and or really easy one pot or one pan meals that you can make regardless of where you live. So apologies for the bad lighting. It is I think Thursday afternoon. Anyway, let's get cooking. Today we're going to make some pasta with some simple veg, and I'm going to show you how I do all of that in one pot. I technically have a 4-burner cooktop here in the van, which is really great, but because it's quite a small space, I do prefer using one pan or one pot when I can. So filming while you're camping and cooking can be a little bit tricky, but the first dish I did was a really simple pasta carbonara. So I just used half a large packet of gluten-free pasta, a pre-made carbonara sauce, some frozen peas, some ham, which I picked up at a clearance grocery haul recently. I've got that video linked down there below for you if you're interested, and a little bit of red onion. That's it. So what I did is I boiled my pasta, and about halfway through the cook time I throw in my green peas so that they can kind of cook together. And then when the pasta is cooked, I just drain it out and then put the ham and the onion in to fry together in the pan. Be careful with your salt because the ham is often quite salty already. So once that had browned up nicely, I put everything back together in the pan, including the sauce, and then you just let that heat through nicely and simmer for a couple of minutes. Pasta carbonara is so lovely and so filling, and the peas adds a little bit of vegetable, which is an easy thing to add in. We're fortunate enough that our camper has a little tiny freezer inside the fridge, and we can run that fridge either off electric if we're plugged into power or off a gas bottle, so that's pretty handy. But this carbonara turned out really lovely, and we had it for dinner one day and lunch the next day. Super easy to make. You can obviously make your own carbonara sauce from scratch if you prefer to do that. All right, and here are the ingredients. This is a nesting pot and pan set. It actually comes with 2 fry pans as well, but I'm going to be cooking up the pasta in this. It's obviously got the strainer as well, which I'll be taking out. Actually, I'll do that right now. But this is a really good set that I found at Aldi about 6 months ago or something. It's been really good so far. I've got a tiny bit of red onion. We're on our last day of camping, so I'm going to be using this up. Got some frozen peas. I have some Parmesan cheese. I have about half a bag of this pasta, and I've got this tuna pasta sauce. So the tuna's already in there. So I bought this at a recent clearance haul video. I will link that on the screen for you. And we're camping, so let's be honest, we're just working with salt and pepper. So this is going to be a very simple meal at the campfire tonight. Alright, I've got my pasta water boiling here, and I'm just going to chuck my half a bag of pasta and my frozen peas straight in here and boil the pasta to package instructions. Alright, I've got my pasta boiling away here with my peas. They're almost done. I have cut up the rest of my red onion, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain this And I'm going to saute the onion in just a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and then I'm going to add the pasta sauce, and then I'm going to add everything back into the pot here. Also, it goes without saying, when you're cooking with gas stoves or anything like that, you can see here I've got several windows open. I also actually have a tiny range hood here because we've got power at this campsite, but I'm not using that because I've got several windows open. So whenever you cook with gas, make sure it's well ventilated. Alright, you can hear my onions sizzling away here with just a little bit of black pepper at this point. We've got my pasta and my peas, and so I've drained those and I'm just keeping them warm there. And in a minute, when these have cooked down a little bit, we are going to be adding, oh, smells amazing. How good does onion smell? Anyway, once these have cooked for a couple of minutes, we're going to be adding the tuna pasta sauce, and then we're going to let everything combine for a couple of minutes and serve up with some cheese. Okay, so I cooked my onion for probably about 4 minutes or so until it was nice and translucent, and now I've just added in my my pasta sauce and probably about half of that jar again with water just to get all the yummy flavors out. And I'm just heating this up a little bit, and then I'm going to mix in my pasta and my peas and serve it up. And there we go, all combined. I've simmered this together for 2 to 3 minutes or so, but everything's obviously cooked through. So we're gonna serve this up. I am so hungry, it smells amazing. Let's dish it up. And there we go, super simple dinner tonight, but this smells so good. We're both really hungry. We're gonna go enjoy this now by the campfire. You can substitute the peas for any vegetable that you like. You could do a side salad if you prefer. You could use canned vegetables like canned peas or something. I had frozen peas because I do have the fridge and freezer running. So just using what I have, and it's gonna be delicious. Next up, I cooked up a really simple potato hash. This can be a really great brunch or dinner meal. All these meals you can just mix up whatever you feel like. But I had 3 medium-sized potatoes hanging out in my fridge that need to be used up. I had a little bit of red onion, probably about 1/4 of an onion, and I had a couple of eggs and some cheese slices. So all I did was I cubed my potato really small, and I gave that a head start in my frying pan. So I put a little bit of water and some potato in, and I got that started under a lid to kind of both steam and cook the potato a little bit. Once the potatoes started to get soft, I added in my red onion and I fried that together to get a really nice crisp on it. When the potato and the onion was looking pretty good after a few minutes, I cracked 3 eggs just straight in the pan, straight on top. And what I probably should have done here is kind of stirred it in a little bit, but I just sort of let the eggs settle in, put the lid on and let the eggs cook through. We like quite a runny yolk anyway. When the eggs were mostly cooked through, I put a couple of slices of cheese on top. We just had ready-made, ready sliced cheese with us because it's a little bit easier when you camp. And then put the lid back on to let that really sort of melt in. And what I did at the very end is I actually flipped everything to make sure that it cooked a little bit on both sides. And then we served this on toast. You could serve it just as it is. You could serve it with your favorite hot sauce, barbecue sauce or something like this. I had bagels handy, so that's what I served mine on. But this is a really filling and a really simple meal, and you can pretty much throw in any kind of vegetable that you like. This next one is a sort of modified nacho taco salad, and we make this all the time. It's really sort of Airbnb or travel friendly if you're traveling and you don't have a lot of seasonings and things like that on hand, because all you really need is the meat of your choice or meat substitute, some taco seasoning, a salad kit, and some nacho chips, and that's pretty much it. So all I did here is that I cooked up my meat. You can chuck in some onions, some corn, some other stuff if you like, which I didn't do on this particular day. But just cook up your meat with your taco seasoning and then serve that up. If you've got a little bit of cheese as well, it can be really nice. And yeah, I normally just serve this up as a salad. I use my fork / the corn chips to scoop it all up. This is a really simple meal. It can be really healthy as well if you add that extra salad, and if you want to be even healthier, you can leave the corn chips out too. And in the vein of salads, this last meal idea is probably the simplest thing in the world. It is a salad meal kit with some protein on the side. This time I went to Aldi. I think I paid about $9 in total for the salad kit and the pre-cooked ready to eat chicken. And you literally just take your salad packet. You'll see as well, by the way, a theme here. Quite often when you go camping, etc., you might not have big bowls. So quite often I'll literally use a pot as my salad bowl, because that means I don't have to carry extra things that are of a certain size. So you're starting to see a theme here, but you can use a pot for many things, and including not heating it up. So all I did with this is that I put my salad mix in a bowl, I added the dressing, I added my chicken, and I gave it a good stir, and I topped it with these little croutons that this particular salad kit came with. If you wanted to and you have access to it, you could toast a little bit of bread and make your own croutons, gluten-free or not. But this is just such a simple lunch or dinner, and especially if you have access to a fridge or a cooler of some description, this can be really, really handy. It's also a pretty budget-friendly option to do it this way, because I paid less than $10 for a meal for 2 people, and I don't know about where you live, but here near Melbourne where I live, to get lunch or dinner for 2 people for $10 is kind of impossible if you go out. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed these very simple one-pot meals. These are super travel friendly, and the only seasoning I used in these were some olive oil for cooking most of these dishes, as well as salt and pepper. But you can obviously vary that up however you like, and there's a lot of different seasoning packets that you can pick up in your local grocery store as well if you like. But let me know down below what your favorite one-pot meals are, because I'm always looking to add new ideas to my camping and one-pot travel repertoire. So let me know down there in the comments, and I look forward to see you in the next video.